got ourselves Demoniac as an outlaw on Team Blue. We got ourselves Drac in the back of survival. We got Kane as a Windwalker. We got Palm coming back in as a big old Fury Warrior, and Wog in the back looking really corrupted today. We got Cinderella on Team Red, ready to go as a Feral Druid. We got ourselves Fleslow. We got Hell Hunter going to be going out first as this. Oh my god, that cage for your head and your survival. Oh lordy. Gal, you asked. Now I'm here. What's up, Val? How you doing, my man? And Wargran as well. Dropping the shoulder plates. And him is going to be going up versus Kane. I do like the Maga Orc Wolves, though. They look really good. They still don't have real eyes, but they look really good either way. Like, they still painted up, but they're looking really detailed. Looks like Hunter is going to go for a bit of damage from afar. This man just role-playing for Moonguard. Oh, no. He's from Moonguard, too. I wonder what some of the roleplay he gets into. That's going to be Steel Trap. Actually, do we want to know? It's going to be a Steel Trap onto Kane. The Caesar is going to try to see if he can bail away from the Monk. Trinket coming out for that freezing trap. And Hell Hunter just continuing to get the poisons reapplied onto Kane. That's going to be a thing from beyond. Little gnomes are running at Hell Hunter. Oh, no. I didn't notice how corrupted this man was. He didn't look that corrupted at all. Might need to pop a turtle here. Big bite coming out and turtles as soon as that thing comes up. Gets himself quite a bit of a heal as well. Hell Hunter, I did not know he was going to be this corrupted. I do wonder what corruption he's rolling with right now. Karma onto Hell. He's going to try to see if he can bail out of it. Does he have the disengage? Anything available? I think it might be done and done. Freezing Trap does create that separation for a moment, and Hell Hunter is still super behind on health. In cap, it's a Fear of Flying, stuns it. Barely any health left. Does he have anything to follow here? He's going to get himself a disengage. Harpoons back in. I don't really know if he needed to do that, but that's going to be a big slapper to slap him down. And Wargren is going to be up next from one hunter into another. And Wargren is going to be up next with probably the best pillage you can ask for as a monk. There's so much room for you to kite. Freezing Trap on one side, Wargren on the other. I think the Freezing Trap is going to be the way to go. Does Harpoon to him with a sun to follow. Maybe Wargren can be a big damage, big bite to follow onto Kane. I think Kane got nothing rolling from here. Drake gets out of that leg sweep. Fist of Fury does parry some of the hunter damage. And needs to capture himself some line inside. The pet needs to get on top of Kane. Could be down for the count with an Azeroth proc to proc on him. It's another grenade. Tried to heal himself as best as possible. Big dragon kick across. That's another harpoon and does get slammed down. Looks like Hell Hunter came in and exhausted every cooldown out of Kane. He set it up for Wargren though. Palm is going to be up next, unloading some massive damage. As a Fury Warrior, that is one thing that I noticed about Palm. The man, the one of the hour, dude. The man of the year. As a Fury Warrior, we don't really see a lot of Fury Warriors that do lots of mass damage. What's something about Palm handle? Palm, Rin, Hallel. Actually, it's Palm, Rim, Hallel. What is Palm handle? For some reason, Palm. We're gonna call him Palm. Sounds like Paul, but Palm because he's calm. Actually, he's anything but calm. He's a Fury Warrior, but he's got some damn, dude. As a Fury Warrior, I don't see a lot of Fury Warriors that really get some big damn rolling, but this man, oh, it's impressing me. Putting him on ice and he's gonna get himself a Manic Advantage. Wargren again going for the big kites. So for Palm, he needs to get the pet to attack. He might want to put taunt on the bars to taunt the pet over. It'll totally be worth it because Helvus having someone to hit as a pet will actually be so worth. Looks like this might be a little bit of a kiting spree for Wargren. Just gonna get some dots rolling into Palm. Let's see if he can wait it out. It does have Stormbolt. Maybe he has Reflect Trap. I think Reflective Vision Trap, he might be in a really good spot. Does get a Stormbolt from Wargren. Charge to follow. That's gonna get himself some rampage damage right after. Wargren get a hit with the disarm, but if Vision Trap comes in, it's gonna trick it out of it. Manic Advantage into Wargren. He does swap to the pet for a second though. And Palm is gonna go for a Blade Storm. Gets stuns right out of it. Wargren getting quite a bit of free damage, and Palm does have the pet to attack, so he can at least get procs from that. Throwing a big flame into Wargren, though. The big rampages are really ramping up every time he can finally get some single target damage onto the boy. And needs to get a slow into Wargren immediately. Stormbolt is going to be Trinket full with a Hunter, expecting a Freezer Trap any moment right now as Palm does go in for the big damn. And that's going to be Manic Advantage for Wargren right after. Making it that much harder for Palm to really catch up, and keeping the pet at bay too. He's gonna go for even more traps than a dot, but he's not setting the pet. He's being a little bit more clever with that. Big leap for Palm. Might have used it maybe early. Does get a charge onto Wargren, who's gonna disengage it immediately. Needs to get the stun or slow onto Palm, or onto Wargren immediately. Stormbolt on the Hunter. Palm gets to recover. He hasn't popped any defensive cooldown. Still lots of damage onto Wargren. As soon as he gets a moment, he really just starts ramping the damage. As any other, I don't see Fury Warriors doing this ever. He definitely got the big raw damage. But he just doesn't really have a lot of uptime into Wargren because it is a hunter with so many traps and so much range abilities. That's going to be a nice stun into Palm. Hits him with a steel trap to begin with. And Palm is swapping to the pet immediately. Definitely want to get a slow into the pet if you can. And cleave if you can. Definitely cleave if you can. That's going to be a bit of damage to the Wargren's building up. Freezing trap expected any moment now. Does Palm have a trinket for it? Does he have a blade storm? Should have saw there's a trap in front of him and Wargren just waited for it. Ah, he should have watched out because he just dropped it right in front of him. That was rough. Does he go a long way? He does go a long way. That is the one thing that I hated when playing Rogue against Hunters. It's just how much bigger they make the pillars feel with all those traps. You have to go the long way and they can always outrun you. Does try to go for her opponent to Palm, but a Stormbolt comes in for the Warrior. It's going to be a bike to follow Palm. It's going to take a lot of damage here, and it's going to be Commanding Shot to give him a little bit extra health. Does allow him for a bit beefier Bloodthirst. Maybe he'll survive long enough. Freeze the trap as the Disarm comes in. No ticket available. And manages coming out for Wargren as he's just maintained himself, heal it to full. With a steel trap to follow. Blade Storm charges the pet. Does get himself a bit of a heal. Stun is up on the Palm. Might need to go and Rage Regen is backup available. Does he get to? No! And Wargren does take him. Man, this hunter is full of tricks. This guy's also very survivable. He just, every time he can just disengage from a melee and just heal himself up. Is he gonna have an easier time with Woghan? It looks like that's gonna be a Serpent Sting immediately. Wargren getting hit with a leg sweep. Wog might go for the most amount of damage right here onto Wargren. Does he have the, feign death? I think he did not get to feign death, the touch of death though, so I think that's still gonna do damage. Does get himself acceleration. Rise, he gets hit by Mali. So he did at least get himself help before the touch of death really started rotting him down. It did get a freeze steel trap onto Woghan, so he might be able to get himself a reset here. Maybe expecting to cam out of Wargren. Wog is just gonna have to get another lockdown with a leg sweep, and I think maybe get a win like that. Oh, can I weed him out? And Wargren could actually utilize the fact that Woghan got a lot of corruptions. I like he was right next to him, by the way. He's just spending bandages right next to him in camo, and Woghan was just like, oh, wait, there he is. There he is. It's going to be just around or into Woghan on a Wargren. Woghan hit with a stunning trick is out of Eternal Shell for Wargren. He doesn't really have a way to heal himself. Trying to get some traps onto Wog, but Wog has got to actually back up and see if he can maybe get himself some heals. He doesn't have Warlock Hustle or anything, so I wonder why he backed up. Did he trade for a... Did Demonic give him a Sippy Cup? Did Sippy Cups actually do anything? I think Sippy Cups are broken. Yo, Demoniac, do Sippy Cups work now or do they don't? Because I'm pretty sure Sippy Cups don't actually work. Because technically Outlaws have an out of town where you can make Sippy Cups. And it's basically a vial. It's like the same vial heal that you get as a rogue. But it can be passed around to allies. But usually in PvP it's broken. Like it just doesn't actually stay in your bags. It disappears as soon as you trade it. So I wonder if it actually works. I guess Demonic will let me know. Because if it does, I'm surprised. But let's also not use it. If it doesn't work, then I guess you can run it. Karma onto Warg as he's just trying to get himself out a little bit. There goes the CC chains, man. There goes the CC chains. Warg just needs to get a lucky proc from some dots and he'll be good to go. They don't. It removed from them when you trade it. I gave it to the monk. Did it actually work for him though? I don't know if it actually works. I'm pretty sure they don't because I tried to use it before. Yeah, I don't know if it actually works, but we'll see, I guess. Yeah, if they don't, because I'm pretty sure they don't, so I'm okay with your trading because they won't last. Yeah, if they actually do though, let's keep it a personal drop. Just because, I mean, technically it's not like a Hellstone. Well, I guess. Look at your live again. Let's finish the duel. Okay. Yeah, look at the details to see if that actually helped him at all or not. If he was able to use it. It's going to be a leg sweep onto Wog, or onto Wargren. Oh my god. Wog, Hun, and Wargren. Their names start with Wa. So it's a little bit hard for me to kind of figure out who's who. That's going to be Feign Death, but Wargren does remove the Mali though. It's pretty good for him. Woghan gonna get a trinket from that stun. And Rand is gonna have a hard time here. Unless the thing from beyond is gonna be perfect. No karma available. And Woghan trying to run away. That's a nice root onto Wog. And oh, he has no health. Wargren, nice root onto Wog. Has him hit with his own thing from beyond. One Mongoose Bite is all you need, my man. One Mongoose Bite. Do you have the dots? Nate is there. Proc, maybe? Karma? Oh no, Wog got that karma. The perfect time. Feign Death for Wargren for a second. Does get a tar trap onto Wog. As long as he doesn't do too much damage while the karma is up, he can't really give him back the health. Grenade. Oh, does interrupt him in a big old dress to follow. Dragster is gonna be next. Gonna just wipe out Wargren out of the game. That Wargren, dude, he did pretty good. Wargren did pretty good. He took down Kane. He took down Palm. He took down Wog. That's a survival hunter right there, dude. That hunter is surviving. That's a very tough to kill survival hunter. Who really lives up to the name of survival. Oh my goodness. You sent him in Discord? Did it actually work? Oh, no way, it actually works? Wait, did they fix it? Wait, that's awesome. Wait, if actually Sipping Cup trading works, then I could actually do so much that as an Outlaw Rogue in 2v2s now, or in arenas. Like a 3s maybe. Or, yeah, 2v2s. If Sipping Cups actually work, boys, Outlaw in 2v2s is now the bomb. It's huge. It's actually big brain. If you can actually trade it now, prior to this, I feel like you couldn't trade it. I wonder if... now I'm starting to wonder if the other talent that recently broke, Controller's King, is working for Outlaw. Either way, it's going to be Dragster versus Valorip, as Valorip trying to get some damage rolling. No more wings available. Stun to Valorip. Could be a bop, a bubble, but does get a bubble. Drag goes in for a harpoon. Probably not a good time. Needs himself a turtle shell as Valorip trying to see if he can do a drive-by on the guy. At 14 minutes into the duel, 50% dampening. Valorip is still getting quite a bit of healing. But probably should be watching out for Drak. Well, actually, the Drak's manning better doesn't really do much for him. Looks like the both of them got themselves a little bit of reset. Valorip is going to get more value on the heals, especially as he's getting wings. Is that a Vision of Perfection procs? Because he can get himself quite a bit of self heals with that. It looks like Drak is going to have to revive the pet. He does have the pet. I was actually thinking that was a trap for a second. The panda was walking next to him. I was thinking that was a tar trap for a moment. I just saw like a small round thing in a corner. I was like, probably a trap. And I was like, wait, it's moving. That's a moving tar trap. That's not a tar trap. Another medic bandage is available for Drak. He's going to try to see if he can recover. Valorip should probably be going for Holy Light or Flashlight. Flash of Light as soon as he can. Flash heal. Flash heal. Is going to be able to get himself more damage with wings, but it's going to be big damage out of Drak as well. Drak just needs one more magic ability. Any ability magic based. Anything to go through the bot. I think a Surprising will do it too. Maybe. I don't know. Surprising. Valorip not a lot of health left. Oh, the nade taking him down from a distance. Drak taken out of Valorip, and then it's going to be a Flell. So up next, maybe no turtle shells available. It's going to be Blood of the Emir for Flell. Dragster does go for a stun. Flell trinkets it super late. And Flell goes for a vanish to follow right after. Drak is just sprinting out of there, dude. Dropping a flare on one side. Manning bandages behind the pillar. Probably going to have to get a trap onto Flell. It is going to get a TD. And Drak is actually trying to see if we can dodge TD, dude. Never had to dodge TD in PvP ever. Flell, does he eat another trap? No, I think the rogue is going to be able to catch a reset. Oh my god, these guys are just getting... Yo, Demonic is just a Kool-Aid vendor, dude. He's just a sippy cup vendor for these guys. Since the Outlaw Rogue sippy cup actually is tradable, Drak took it, drank it immediately. That is actually insane, the fact that it works. It's gonna be a cheap shot, maybe a Mark for Death available for Fleso. Fleso actually does call Shadows. A freezing trap. Drak is super low on health, trying to get a manic bandage. Is gonna remove the dots off of him. Flell does have a evasion available. The Kidney Shadow to Drak, I think that might be done and done for Drak. Maybe does feign death for a moment. Does he have anything to follow? Just needs one more dot rocket to Fleso. Smoke bomb coming in, and Drak barely survives it. But are the dots gonna still take him out? Was Cinderella gonna be up next? Oh no. Flare, instant in case Cinderella pops in. Freezing trap. No, just get some big old swipe. Big swipe. And Cinderella versus Demoniac. Sapsman Cat. Demoniac, this is the perfect opener for you. This is where you need to go for the best setup onto a cat right now. Most damage you can. Cheap shot, re-roll. Is trying to see if we can get some damage in. Parry up for Cinderella. It's going to be a wall for Cinderella as well. With dampening so high, Cinderella is not going to get a lot of healing. Mally rolling into Cinderella with a killing spree by Demoniac, hoping to get some corruption proc. Cinderella popping in thorns. Blind to follow, trick out of the blind. Demoniac no longer has a parry. Cinderella is trying to see if he can find Demoniac out, but the advantage is nice for him. Cinderella maybe can catch a reset on to Demoniac. Does hit him with a stun. Tricky coming out for Demoniac. Getting the slows on Cinderella. I think it's going to be a shadow meld reset for Cinderella. Needs to go for the most amount of damage. This so much to Cinderella. Doesn't really do much against a Feral Druid. Big bite on Demonic. He does get a Cloak of Shadows though. Needs to go in for the damage right now. If he has everything available, dress, bike, anything, Reaping Flames. This is where you do the most amount of damage. Cinderella's going to catch a reset. Does pistol shot him. Stun. Oh no. Cinderella's proc took down Demoniac. He's a sippy cup vendor for his group, man. I didn't know sippy cups actually work. That's kind of exciting. Warground with the 3 kills. I don't know, boys. Yeah, survival, you know, traps and whatnot. But you got to give him the credit, man. He really did put the survival and survival hunter. He really did live for a while, didn't he? I mean, pretty good. We got Raven here as well. Made me laugh with the whole fight instead of a fog. Oh, yeah. It's a good bog, though. I like it. Sorry if that distracted you. Yeah. All right, boys.